The purpose of this investigation is to gather insight on stress because the exams are approaching us very soon. Stress is something people struggle and deal with throughout their entire life. During high school, teenagers get very stressed during the end of the year when the exams take place. Every person has different ways of dealing with stress.
So the first three words that would come to mind, I would say, is work, follow up work to be done to do well on the exam, um, anxiety, uh, because that's always a big part of exams, stressing about if you're actually going to do well, and um, also scores, I guess, thinking about what actual score you're going to get or what grade you're going to get on the final exam. So, yeah, I would say those are three words that come to my mind.
I think I'm ready for the upcoming exams in May, my AP ones, but I'm not ready for my course classes, like the courses I take for ZIS. I don't think I'm ready for those exams, but I still got more time.
Right around the corner from the exam, I feel pretty relaxed. I know that stressing out is just going to make the final product worse. So I think the night before, I'll usually just have a quiet night and then have a good night's sleep and feel relaxed when I go into it because that's the best for it.
So right before the exams, I'd have to say that as a senior, it's always difficult to keep going once you got into a college. But of course, you want to finish on a good stretch. So I guess at the moment, I'm just trying to get all my bearings and just finish it up on a good note.
When the stress is getting more to our students, I see more students because they don't sleep very well. And if you don't sleep very well, you get tired, and then your immune system can go down. And then I see students a lot with headaches coming in, and they need painkillers. And then when you talk to them, you find out that it's just not a random headache, but it's because they didn't sleep very well. And that's why they feel very, tired and drained, and that can cause a headache.
Well, when it comes to like the final exams, I think I'm pretty much prepared. Um, I've been studying like all couple weeks now, and I'm planning to study even more over the holidays. Um, but for me, I also have my ACTs coming up, so yeah, I'm quite stressed because I need to study for both the SATs and the exams, and yeah, I guess that's it.
Well, I've been reviewing my notes that I made earlier on in the year and been going over parts of the textbooks again, watching videos, because that's a bit less intense than reading page after page of textbook. But I'm not particularly worried about the exams, because I think I've done well throughout the rest of the year, so I don't think there's too much to worry about particularly.
When you ask me how do I help students with stress, I guess one of the ways that I help the students with stress is when they come to see me because they're feeling stressed out. Usually one of the first things I ask them is how well do they manage their time, or do they feel overwhelmed? I'm trying to find sort of what their general routine is, or where their habits might be that don't support them staying on top of things or feeling like they can stay on top of their work. So we look at their exercise, sleep, eating, time management, and then what types of activities do they do to reduce stress for themselves.
Okay. For me, the best way to relieve stress is to get enough sleep. Most people enjoy doing exercise, but that doesn't really help with me. I just need lots and lots of sleep and food and just relaxing times. Basically, that's it, yeah.
In my opinion, physical exercise can really alleviate stress because when you're in the gym and you're working out and you're just like doing some sports, you're focusing on something totally different than you normally are, and I think you just feel great after working out also.
In conclusion, students have many different views on the issue of stress and ways to alleviate it. Stress can be reduced in a number of ways regarding the mind and body. Some find physical exercise helpful, whereas others find a good night's rest following a nice dinner to be ideal. As we all come closer to the final exams, each student needs to figure out his or her best approach to cope with stress. This is a very individual exercise.